Hey everybody, Michael Carnahan here with Remax First Choice in Baltimore. Got a question today. Why should I sign your buyer agreement? And the answer is because as a buyer, you want to make sure that you are being represented fully with your interests in the mind and responsibility of the agent. If that agent is taking you out there showing you houses, not only are you potentially disclosing them information that won't be confidential if you don't have a signed buyer agreement, but they're also probably wasting your time if they haven't even asked you questions, had a consultation with you, and found out what your wants and needs are. So one of the reasons to sign a buyer agreement is because you actually spell out to the agent at that time what it is that you're looking for so they can help you to better find it. The most important reason, though, is it creates an agency relationship, which means that that agent now works for you and they owe you a fiduciary responsibility. So they have to watch out for your financial best interest. They have to give to you loyalty. They have to be honest with you, and they have to keep all of your information confidential. So if you're disclosing to an agent what you make and what you're willing to pay for a house, and you haven't signed an agreement, then you have no protection. That agent has your confidential information, but it's not confidential at that moment. So that's one reason. The next reason is compensation. According to the buyer agreement, even though the seller is the one who always pays commissions, the buyer is actually the one who's responsible for making sure that it gets paid. Most commissions range between 2.5% and 3%. And if an agent writes in there that they're going to get paid 3%, but the seller is only willing to pay 2.5%, then you may be responsible as the buyer to pay that agent that other 0.5%. And if you're talking about a $200,000 house, then you're talking about an extra $1,000 out of your pocket. So it's important to know all the terms. And if it says 3% and you don't think that's fair, then make them change it to 2.5%. Another thing is that it spells out the length of your agreement. You don't want to be tied in for a year and 3 days later you find out you're not getting along with this person. So you want to have built in an opportunity to get out of that contract, out of that agreement. And so in my case, I put in 3 days. Give me written notice, and within 3 days I've got all the paperwork signed and you're out of there. And if you're not getting along with me, or if I'm not getting along with you, then that's probably not a healthy relationship for you and for your best interest. And my interest is in serving you. And so if I'm not serving you well, or if we're not getting along, then it's probably time for me to find someone else for you to work with. So you want to make sure that that's spelled out in your agreement as well. Ultimately, the goal is to make sure that both the buyer and the buyer's agent are protected, they know what the terms are, and they are in agreement on how they're going to proceed. So I hope that answers the question. If you have more questions, if you want to know about that particular issue some more, get a little more in depth with it, I'm happy to talk to you about it. You can reach me in my office at 410-391-6900 or on my cell phone, 443-392-2072. Thanks a lot. I hope you're having a great day.